Sometimes when you make a video about a car that's in a segment that you're not entirely familiar with, that you're not super passionate about, but there are people who are very passionate about it, that's a recipe for not so good feedback on this video. And I feel like I need to go through this for you guys to sort of set the record straight and try to please my viewers here. So first of all, I will fully admit I'm not what you would call a truck person. I would say I like trucks. I like driving them on long road trips. I think they're great for, obviously, utility, things like that. But my real passion is pretty clearly in the sports car arena. So going and driving the Super Duty was an awesome new experience for me. It's very different from what I normally do, but it's also a little bit out of my element. I don't have quite the same expertise in that field. And I think that kind of showed in my review of the 2017, because I reviewed the 2017 Super Duty the same way I review a car. And maybe that was a mistake. I think what a lot of people are expecting is for someone to review a truck from the perspective of a truck. And that expectation isn't exactly what they got. What I ended up doing is I reviewed the 2017 Super Duty the same way I review all the other cars that I drive, as if it's a car that you're gonna drive. But I guess trucks are a different arena. And so I got some people who really care about trucks who gave me some feedback. So let's look through that. Now, this is a mistake that I definitely made. Keeps calling the cab the box. What a boob. The Super Duty is a completely different animal, not a beefed up F-150, in spite of the body panels shared. Completely right. I called the cab the box. That was a slip of the tongue. They kept talking about the box at the event I was at, and I think somehow in my brain the wires got crossed, and I don't know. I am talking about the cab, and I think I talk about both the cab and the box, and I mean the same thing. And I won't make that same mistake again. Judge Parker is also right about the F-150 and the Super Duty being different animals. That being said, I think they share more things than ever now, which means that it is a necessary comparison, because the F-150 is so good now that there are going to be a lot of cases where in the past, maybe 10 years ago, a Super Duty is what you needed, but now the F-150 can do what an older Super Duty used to be able to do. So let's keep looking. My opinion is definitely biased, yes. This guy's a fucking idiot. Okay? Thank you. The new diesel produces double the torque of the gas, and you would prefer the gas motor over the diesel. Yes, and that goes back to my bias as a car person. So I'm not used to the dynamics of a diesel engine, and I prefer the dynamics of a gas engine. And I think that's what I noticed when I was test driving these vehicles, is the gas engine felt more familiar. I understood what the torque curve felt like and things like that. And I think that's why right now I would prefer the gas engine. It's also a little bit cheaper, so definitely not a truck guy, that's right. That's what I've been saying. This guy's stupid as fuck. Okay. People didn't want a truck better than the F-150. They needed a bigger truck that hauls more. So comparing the two, which is better, really doesn't work. I agree. For most people, a bigger truck is what they're looking for when they're looking at a Super Duty. But I know for a fact that there are going to be a ton of people that want to buy the new Super Duty just because it's newer, it's bigger, and it's more expensive. They won't do any more hauling or towing in that vehicle than they would with an F-150, but they see the higher price tag, the bigger engine, the newer model, and the big look of it, and they're going to want to go with Super Duty because they think it's better. But unless you're doing serious hauling, you don't need the Super Duty anymore. Most people will not ever need the towing capacity that a Super Duty has that an F-150 does not have with the new models. The F-150 is strong enough to cover a lot of the bases that a Super Duty used to be required to cover. But obviously, if you're in the market for a Super Duty, most people who are in the market for a Super Duty are looking for something that can haul. But there are a few people who just want the status. Get your facts straight. Save more than 350 pounds. It's 350 pounds lighter after the reinvestments. That's correct. I don't think I made that clear enough. Since it's the same cab, they reduced the weight of the cab by 700 pounds, but in the Super Duty, they reinvested about half of that weight into making it a tougher truck. So those are some of the mistakes that I can admit to now. I apologize to all you truck people out there. I'll try to educate myself better and learn more about trucks so that I can give you a full review, because I mean, there's a good chance that I'm going to end up owning one of these soon, so I will make sure that I educate myself a little better, and yeah. Thanks for the feedback. Please don't hate me and not subscribe because I fucked up a little bit. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you do like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.